All right, guys, just a quick little update here on my outside trees. I think it's been a little while since I've done some on my outside. It's been very hot, so it's really hard to run my camera out in the heat that's been out here. But anyways, this here's my Chicago Hardy, and it's been producing. I've had about 6 figs off of her so far. And she's starting to put on more, as you can see, all the way down. But she's doing well. And then over here is my Olympian. And my Olympian's doing well. And I've had 3 figs off of her so far. I came out one day and they had just dropped. So I guess I let them get a little, I don't think they were overripe though. They still tasted fine. But they were very, very sweet, very good. This is a really pretty plant. And I took an air layer off this thing and I gave it to one of my elders at my church last night. It's his 60th birthday. So I gave him a nice little air layer off of this. Hopefully it's gonna be a beautiful tree form. This one here is really starting to get pretty. I like it. Okay, and we'll go up out front here. And this here's my Peter's honey. And it's probably, well, it's in a 15-gallon pot. But even outside of that pot, it's still probably 4.5 feet, maybe 5 feet tall. And I had topped her, or actually I pinched off the apical bud so it would start branching out down here. And you can see it's crowning out nicely. And then over here is my LSU Oleae. And I'm getting my very first little figlet on my LSU Oleae. And then right next to her is my LSU Strawberry. And she looks a little different than last time. I had that air layer on there that I took off. But she's producing a couple figs. And this is first year for her, so these are all really their first years. Here's one that's really cool. This is my Nixon Peace Fig. Down here, you'll see I've got a couple air layers going on her, so I'm gonna grow this one here as a cedar lead, or as a single leader. And I took her up here, and I pinched her, or I pinched her apical bud, and then check out this crown on her. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, beautiful crown on this Nixon Peace Fig. So once I take those air layers up and I'll start straightening her up right, I'm gonna have like 5 branches coming off her. So that's gonna be really sweet. So thank you for that tip, Danny, over there at My Fig Sticks. Up there's my LSU Gold. No figlets on her yet. But she was a tissue culture. I got her as a tissue culture over the winter, and so that's pretty good growth, I think, for this first season. This here's my JH Adriatic. Got a couple air layers going on her, and she's putting on some figs. Got a couple of the larger ones down here. And then next to her, I've got my Celeste. And this is one I started as a cutting that I got from Big D over at Big D's Fig Farm. And this thing has grown like gangbusters for this is just its first season from a cutting. And I got to cutting it, I think, in the winter. But it's got its first fig on there. So I'm kind of excited to try Big D's Celeste, because it's supposed to be a little different than some of the others. It's a little bit bigger than the normal Celeste. And then over here, next to my Celeste, I have my Thermalito. And I think I'm gonna straighten this up and grow it as a single leader. And I think I might air layer this one off if anybody's interested in a Thermalito. But this one here, I also started as a cutting. And you can see where I wrapped it there. And this is all this year's growth. And it was pinched. And I'm getting my first little figlets on her. see, it looks like she's gonna have a long stem. So this will be the Thermalito. Come on, Texie boy. My sidekick here. Let's see. Next to that, I have my Cessac. And I got this one late spring, I think it was. So she's put on some good growth since I got her. And then next to here, this is my Robert's Golden Rainbow. And this thing is huge, and I pinched her, and she's still, I mean, this is a Lazy Dog Farms Robert's Golden Rainbow, and wow, even after pinching, and look how thick her stalk's getting. I mean, this is just its first year, and I'm getting, and these are still, they're still green and they're still firm, even though she's drooped over, but she's got the long stem on her. But I have had 3 ripe off of her, and so far I just got a lot of real sweet juiciness out of it, kind of a light figgy flavor, kind of melony. But this is, like I said, this is its first season, so I know the flavors are going to mature on this thing. So can't wait for it, but they are very, very good. And I love figgy flavors, so for me, that's a plus. Next to that is my Little Texas BA1 that I was really worried about at the beginning of the season, if you remember. But she's doing well. She's actually starting to put on some growth now. And that green stuff down in there, and these pots that you see is, I put some marigold seeds down in there, so I get some flowers growing around the bottom of it. Figured it might make it look nicer for this fall. Let's see over here. This would be, I do know, I just having a senior moment. And this here would be my Coldodom Grease, and look at me. I'm having a senior moment with the Coldodom. I've had 1 fig off of her so far, and it was really good. So I got a couple more coming in here. Got an air layer on there for my buddy Jeremy over at Jay's Figs TX. Let's see over here. I got this one later this summer. This one here is my Negra de Agde, and I've already had 1 fig off of her, and it was really good. And then next to that, I have my Desert King. And as you can see, I'm getting main crop on Desert King, which here we don't have the fig wasp, and I believe this is a San Pedro. So those are going to fall off. But the good thing is that next year I know I'm going to be set for Breba. And that's what you want is the Breba crop off of this, the Desert King. Next to that, I have my Delsinwami Grand. No figlets on her yet this year, so maybe I just won't get anything on this one this year. But I'm thinking getting towards the end of the season, I'm going to move this one indoors and put it under grow lights and just continue to let it grow, and we'll see what it does. But anyway, she's put on a lot of good growth since I've had her. And like I said, I've pinched her and topped her, and so, I mean, she would have been a lot taller. This here's my Ronde Bordeaux. This is the crown I got off of tipping the bud on her. Very good. But I think I'm going to chop her way down to about here, and then I can have one come up here and start growing from there and get my crown going a little bit lower so I could grow them up so it won't be too much taller than me. All right, next to that is my yellow long neck. This was a tissue culture that I got over the winter. Leaves are starting to yellow. I've been losing some leaves, but they come right back on these things. But I have not had any double bumps or anything on her. So maybe it's just this year she's just gonna grow, and then next year I'll get some production out of her. Over here is my Black Mission. Gotten quite a few air layers off of her already this year. Next to that, I have my Long Deut. And I got some figs coming in on her. I also got 2 air layers on this big branch, one here, and then the thicker one down here in the pot. So I'll pull those off here in a couple weeks, and those are gonna go to my daughters. Then I'll just grow this side up and out for me. Next to that is my White Madeira. That was a cutting that I got, I believe, in the fall, last fall. And I got this from the fig father, Antonio. And you can see it branched out too that way, so I ran the 2 liters. But she is putting on some figs, my little white Madeira. Next to her, I have my black Madeira KK. Got this from Big D's Fig Farm as a rooted cutting. So I didn't root this one. It was as a rooted cutting, and these are very slow growers. But since I got it from him, and I don't know how well my camera does because I had it on half strength right now, I guess, whatever you call it. I'm not good with this stuff. But she's probably put on about 8 or 9 inches of growth. But I've got 2 little figs coming in on her, and I understand that this is a very slow growing variety, so I'm not worried about it at all because she is very healthy and very happy. Everything I got from Big D's so far has been just fantastic. So next to that, I have my Violet de Bordeaux. Taking a few air layers off her, and still got another one going back in there. And then next to this, I have my Black Celeste. And this is one of my newer ones I got here later this summer. And I'm starting to get some little figs on her. I think I saw one down here. Yeah. So I'm really excited about the Black Celeste. And over here, this is another one from Lazy Dog Farms. This is my GE Neri. And I got a couple air layers going on her right now too. No figs on this one yet this year. But she's supposed to throw out some pretty decent sized figs, I believe. And that's all for my outside. And we'll go check out downstairs here in the basement in just a second. All right, and here we are down in my basement. And little grow tent that I got here. And we'll come around up here front. We'll start here in the lower left with this little sickly looking guy. That would be my green Aishia. I up-potted it. She's not looking so happy, but I'm not worried. She's gonna be just fine. And in the back corner over here, this is my Bordeaux Negro Ramada. And she's starting to put on a little growth. Then we go over here back in this corner. We have my Atriano, and I just picked this up off a fig bid from Afig, Ator over there at Afig. Look at this Atriano, and check this out. I think I'm getting my first little figlets on it already. And I mean, I just up-potted this, what has it been, maybe 2 weeks, if that. Really cool. Thanks, Ator. And then this here also I got from Ator on fig bid. This is her Planera. Look at the size of this one leaf, I mean. This here is a cute little guy. But I'm gonna keep both of these of hers in here in my grow tent. Over here where my green Aishia is at, this is gonna be probably moved out or moved to the center because I have a special plant that's gonna go there. We'll get that in an upcoming video once it arrives. And then down in here, I got some air layers that I took off. This here's the LSU Strawberry. This one's got a home. That one's going to Jeremy over at Jay's Figs, Texas. This here's the Ronde Bordeaux air layer I just took off last week. This one's going to Danny at my Fig Sticks. My brother over there, he lost his RDB. Down here, also going to Danny, is the green Aishia cutting that I rooted. I had a couple of them rooted and he needed one, so here we go. And then back here, I've got a couple black missions. Let's see here if I could get in. Yeah, this black mission here, this one here is going to Danny as well. And then this guy here, as soon as the weather breaks, because I can't ship this one in this heat. This one's going all the way to California. This one's going to my mother. And I have to ship that bare root to California. I contacted their Department of Agriculture just to make sure, because I didn't want anything to happen to it. And said it's absolutely fine as long as it's properly marked on the outside of the box and it goes bare root, no soil. So that's what we got going here in the grow tent. And we'll go check out the little propagation room down here in the basement. All right, and here we are, just my little propagation room. It's just my little utility room here in my basement. But these are my green tip summer cuttings. So some of them I've already got up potted. So these three in the front here are the LSU strawberries. These three right here are my Ronde de Bordeaux, my RDBs. These three, this one lost its leaf, but she's still doing good. She's green and she's got lots of good roots, so I'm not worried about her. But these three here are the Langue de Hout, and then these three in the back are my Col de Dame Grises. And I started those green tip cuttings on July 14th. And I had 100% success on those using this triple cut method of Mike Kincaid's. Then over here I started some new ones. And this front row here is my Cessac. And as you can see, getting roots on her. And I've already took the lid off this one, so I don't want to lift her up, but she's rooted, that Cessac. And this Cessac is also rooted. You could see the roots in there. So these started on 7/23. These next 9 here all started on 7/23. So front row Cessac, second row is Violet de Bordeaux. And I'm not seeing any rooting yet on this one. Oh, yep, there we go. All right, we got root. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So just make sure I go all the way around. All right, so the Violet de Bordeaux is rooted. Let's see if the other two are. And not really seeing anything on this one quite yet. Nope, so nothing on that middle one yet. Let's check this guy out. Yep, right there up top. All right, so 2 out of the 3 of the Violet de Bordeaux have rooted. Let's see my Peter's Honey. And yeah, Peter's Honey is rooting. Let's see this middle Peter's Honey. Oh yeah, yep, she's rooting too. Okay. And the third and last Peter's, oh yeah, right out of the gate. All right, so looks like all but one of my VDBs, so 8 of the 9 so far are showing roots. And then back here, these started on 7/31. And these are my Black Celeste. And yeah, I probably won't be seeing anything on these for next couple days. The middle one shriveled and died. It's gone. It didn't survive. It only lasted a day or 2, and I don't know what happened, but the whole thing wilted down inside there. These ones here, let's see, this Black Celeste. No. So we probably just got to wait a little bit on those. And these started even later here. I have a Del San Juan Migrant here. More Black Celeste. A couple more Black Celestes. Couple more Col de Dame Grise. And then these 3 back here are all Nixon Peace Figs. And if you haven't heard of a Nixon peace fig, go ahead and research it. You could go on AI like Grok or ChatGPT or whatever. Just go on Google. But it's got a pretty cool story behind it on these Nixon peace figs. And they're supposed to be a very large honey or honeyberry fruit that came from China, gifted to President Nixon. Yeah, these aren't rooted yet, but these didn't get started till later. Those are only about 14 days old, those Nixon peace figs. I did those before I did these. But anyway, that would be the update here on my little fig collection I got. We'll see y'all next time. All right, have a great day.